Hey guys, it's Bernie Jenkins, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 worst horror movie sequels. And I know some of you might like these movies, and it's just my opinion, and it's okay if you like them. But I just really don't care for them. Okay, number 10 is Psycho 3, and yeah, I was not a fan of this movie because it kind of ruins the series for me, and I don't really care for it that much. Anthony Perkins is great and all, but then again, he didn't do a very good job directing, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. Number 9 is Friday the 13th Part 6, and I know lots of you might like this movie, but I don't like the fact that Jason is the killer again. Why couldn't we just start off new like Friday the 13th Part 5? And yeah, I liked Part 5. I wanted, um, the idea of having a new serial killer just make up the story about Jason to start killing, you know? That's what I wanted. And number 8 is Jeepers Creepers Part 2. And yeah, some of you may like the sequel, but in my opinion, it doesn't add anything to the original and it's just a waste of time. Uh, Number 7 is Return to Sleepaway Camp. And yeah, lots of people say this movie sucks, and that's because it does. It brings back the original cast, but it didn't work. It just didn't work with the story they had. I had hope for it, but it failed. And number 6 is Wishmaster 3, and this used to be number 1 for me, but I just decided not to because there's too many other sequels that suck. And so yeah, it's number 6, and it did not have anything going for it in the first place. The second ended it, in my opinion. It just ended the series. Or ended the first, and it did a good job. Number 5 is Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, and yeah, this movie is terrible. It doesn't add anything to the original. It had it, it had a good idea, but the way they did it out sucked. And number 4 is Scream 3. Yeah, I hate this movie because it doesn't add anything to the second, and it's just a big waste of time. I mean, where do you go from part 2 when almost everybody dies? You get Scream 3 and it just sucks. Number 3 is Hatchet Part 2. Yeah, this movie is pretty terrible. It doesn't add anything to the original, and I like the ending, but it was a big waste of time. Number 2 is Halloween Resurrection, and yeah, this should have been number 1, but I got one other sequel, and it it has nothing to do with H2O, and they just ruined the feeling of H2O, and it sucks so bad. And number 1 is Slumber Party Massacre Part 2, and yeah, I know some people like this, but it's not a good sequel. It doesn't add anything to the original, and it's just a big waste of time. The story sucks. The acting is terrible. Oh my god, I don't know what they were thinking when they made that movie. Anyway, in my opinion, they all suck, but it's okay if you like them because your opinion matters too, and I hope you enjoy it, and